Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to.
Yep, she's all business.
Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
Okay, so this is definitely after then the events of the Witcher series, I think. The TV one. So they're all our agents. So they're our agents now, all grown up. Yeah, I don't consider them our agents.
So they're our agents now? My, you've clearly settled in quick.
Geralt, don't twist my words. I know who Emir is. He started this war and its bloodshed. He had my friends killed. But I haven't any other choice. So please, let's not belabor the pros and cons and instead focus on finding Ciri.
Okay.
Right. Emir said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that
As long
out
as she
to
understands
believe
that.
before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after.
I don't know. We didn't do anything back there. She was the one that actually got rid of the pursuers when we were fleeing. I don't think we actually did anything.
Another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
Okay.
So where's Ciri been seen?
I'll find her, but I don't think I'm gonna
In
bring her
two
back
places, Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Okay, got it.
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse? Let's drop it, all right? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
So, I forget who Triss is, even though I've seen a little, like I said, I've seen a little bit of the Witcher series. But in the Witcher series, he and Yennefer definitely were really close. So that's interesting. So, he forgot his memories, then it ended up hooking up with Triss instead of Yennefer. And I guess Triss didn't let him know how close he was to Yennefer after he lost his memories. How much memories did he lose? When did he get them? Did he ever get any of them? How much of them did he get back? Because he remembers Ciri at least. So I'm definitely confused about like where we are, like in terms of our memories, in terms of how much we actually know from our own perspective, from Geralt's perspective.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Vel and get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Don't like teleports?
Your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's
Yeah, I
him.
just saw him out there.
And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece. I shall be waiting.
Okay. You know, there are a lot of... one thing I've been impressed with so far is there's a lot of animation in this game so far. A lot of unique animation. Ooh. And speaking of which, there she goes. Well, like in the cutscenes, a lot of unique animations for every interaction. And it's pretty cool. And they do a good job on the expressions as well. Oh, a letter. My dear friend, if you're reading this, it means you found the chest I mentioned in my previous letter. You'll be pleased to know its contents belong to you. After I spoke with the Emperor regarding additional resources to aid in your quest, he was willing to part with these items from his personal collection. Although he was stubbornly cryptic regarding their origins, he did mention they were diplomatic gifts from distant kingdoms. Okay, so she's giving this stuff to us from him. The tiger armor is specifically designed to suit a Western ruler. Obviously, Emir, in this case, was forged in the ancient style of a blacksmith who stole the secrets of its construction from their gods. What the heck kind of crazy backstory is this for some random suit of armor? Or so the legend goes. The swords, to my eye, resemble a Redanian saber, though I'm no expert. These blades supposedly once belonged to a hero of myth and mystery. The man forged a pact with a Vixen spirit, and, through her blessing, was granted the ability to slay monsters that had long plagued his village. As you'll notice, he carried both a steel and a silver sword, a fact I thought might pique your interest. Unfortunately, legends are all I can offer. As I said, Emir was stingy with the details, even more so than usual. It's a shame because I must admit I haven't the faintest idea where they might originate. That being said, I do believe Zerkania and Ophir can safely be ruled out. Dear friend, I trust you will appreciate my efforts to help. Use these gifts as you see fit. I hope they will hasten your search for that which we have lost. Your friend Yennefer. Okay, I mean, I definitely appreciate that, getting some new weaponry. Awesome. So let's oh, we can't equip those right now still. Darn it. Sure, we'll be able to in a second. But for now, we need to loot the crap out of literally everything. A sword for witches? Who are the hunters, you ask? Folk like you and yours, I reply. The decent kind of haters of lies, doers of good, the kind who live according to the gods' laws and nature's laws too. Those disgusted by the machinations of wishes, magicers, and non-humans. All that separates us from common folk is that we've the courage to take up arms, to defend our land from evil, to slice out the gangrene that eats us from within. Sword for witches. So is this up like from the perspective of people who hunt witches? We haven't a leader. We haven't forts or land, though God's fearing Radovid supports us with his gold at time. We've not sworn him nor any other ruler any oath. We serve only the eternal fire, and we listen only to our own conscience. The eternal fire. There's that word again, like some sort of religion. Is it a religion that's against witches? Or is this from the perspective of, well, witches, magicers, and non-humans? Is that what this is? Who can join us? Any who is right of soul and sound of body. You can find us in every larger city in the north. We will give you board, lodging, and a weapon. We will explain how to spot the telltale signs of evil, birthmarks in strange and arcane shapes. Smooth skin on a matron aged more than 30 springs. And black cats kept in the yard, to name but a few. We will show you how to defend yourself from witchcraft, how to tame and snuff out magic elements with Dimeridium. We will instruct you how to squeeze the sinner's darkest secrets out of them with a hot iron, and how to grant them a cleansing death with the help of sacred fire. Okay, so good to know. We don't like the eternal fire, and any eternal fire people we see in the future, we will kill them. Good to know. That's what I get from that. What I get from that is I don't like the eternal fire, and I will kill them on sight. The last wish. Okay, I think we're gonna have a lot of reading here. I hope you don't mind. Human life requires 3 things for its sustenance: food, drink, and gossip. It is thus no wonder that no matter where I travel, be it Icebound, Povis, or Evergreen Toussaint, everyone asks me about the passions that bind Geralt and the sorceress Yennefer of Vandenberg. They got whole books on us. As a man both cautious and discreet, I refuse to betray their secrets. With but one important exception, the history of their first encounter is so extraordinary, so romantic and moving, that it would be a veritable crime to hide its light beneath a bushel basket. Indeed, I have not witnessed these events in person. Had I not witnessed these events in person, I would never have believed that there was room in our grim and dark world for such fantastic marvels. It all began when Geralt and I were feeling a bit peckish and unburdened by heavy coin pouches, and decided to fish out our supper out of a lake. This is somebody who knows Geralt personally. Is it Dandelion the Bard? No bites were to be had, but we did not leave empty-handed. My hook snagged quite a lovely little pot. Oblivious to my friend's warnings, I opened it, and in doing so, freed a powerful djinn. Without giving it much thought, I set about proclaiming my wishes. Before I could get to 3, however, the djinn, irritated, I see now in hindsight, at being issued demands so soon after waking, began to throttle me. Yeah, this sounds like it's from the Dandelion's perspective. Geralt was able to drive him off, but I was left in a sorry state. I acted, the Witcher told me later, as though under the influence of some curse. Clearly, the help of an expert in the magic arcana would be needed. It was our good fortune that Yennefer Vengerberg happened to be staying in a nearby village. Geralt went to ask that she heal his best friend, who happened also to be the brightest star in the North's poetic firmament. Is that Ciri? Yennefer, however, was more interested in the djinn, which she wanted to trap into magic servitude, than its victim. And, it should be said, played the Witcher like a well-strung mandolin. Yet rather than grow angry at being used in such a calculating manner, he fell white head over muddy boots in love with her. What happened then? Well, I won't go into detail. Suffice it to say that Yennefer's plans hardly delighted the djinn, and without its cooperation, she proved unable to tame it. The sorceress would surely have met a tragic end and taken all of Rhine along with her had Geralt not rushed to her rescue. For once, he did not need to draw either of his blades to send the djinn packing. He had but to pronounce the 3rd and final wish. He could have asked for anything: wealth, fame, power, but instead... I did not want to close that. Wealth, fame, power, but instead he asked the djinn to bind his fate to that of the arrogant yet intriguing sorceress from Vengerberg. Is that really what he asked? Is that really what happened? That last part sounds like it might be a bit of artistic license, but who knows? Maybe that is what happened. Julian Alfred Pankratz, Viscount of Lettenhove, born 1232, award-winning poet, playwright, and troubadour, frequent performer at the courts of Niedemir, Visimir, Venislav, and many other nobles and notables. Alums of Oxenford Academy. Okay, so a poet wrote that. So then maybe we can't take all of it for a fact. Okay, finally we have reached a bookcase that doesn't have a book in it. Okay, more things to read. It's just a poem. Okay, love. Who loves to build a house of cards to play a game of chess, but one wrong word or ill-thought move and you must start it all afresh. Tide. Whenever I watch the tide recede, cold coils of fear grip around my heart. Will the seas sneak back, calm and sure, in the dark of night as they have before, or will they stay on distant shores, leaving crushed shells and washed-up dreams as memory of Circe of yore? Yeah. I'm not somebody who really cares much for poems, I must say. Rusty bread knife. How wonderful. A sword for witches. I thought we read that already. Yeah, we did. Royal lineages of the North. Okay. Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon, born in 1253, so this is Ciri, heiress to the royal throne of Cintra. Princess of blah 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 blah, and we don't care about any of that. A shipwreck occurred during a journey from Cintra to Skellig, which is where I think Yennefer was headed to Skellig, right? Which took the lives of Urchin and Pavetta. Cyrilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandmother. In 1260, afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calinth sent Cyrilla to the court of King Ervil, see Ervil of Verdun, where the heiress of Cintra was to marry the heir to the throne of Verdun, Prince Kistrin. Though allying with Verdun and gaining the aid of that realm's army was at the time Calinth's top priority, no marriage ever occurred, and Cyrilla returned to her grandmother's court. In 1262, during the so-called Cintra massacre, Cyrilla went missing. Okay. She who knows. Folks say they were four at first. The mother, she who knows, the Lady of the Wood, came here from a faraway land, and since she suffered terribly from loneliness, she made 3 daughters out of dirt and water. Made them out of dirt and water, okay. Huh. A long, long time ago, the mother was the sole ruler of all of Velen. Her daughters brought her the people's requests and served as her voice. Each spring, sacrifices of grain, animals, and men were to be made to the Lady of the Wood on her special night. Yet, as the years passed, the Lady of the Wood slipped deeper and deeper into madness. Her madness eventually spread over the land. Men took to abandoning their homes and setting out onto the bog, where they became food for beasts. Before long, Velen was drowning in blood. The daughters saw their land nearing destruction and took it upon themselves to save it. When spring came once more, and with it the night of sacrifices, they killed their mother and buried her in the bog. Her blood watered the oak atop Ard Serban, and from then on the tree grew wholesome and hearty fruit for the people. As for the lady's immortal soul, it refused to leave its beloved land, and so the sisters imprisoned it. This day, it lies beneath the whispering hillock, where it thrashes about in powerless rage. So there's some crazy witch lady who went mad and her daughters killed her, and her soul is in the whispering hillock. Good to know. Well, maybe we'll see that at some point. All right. Anything else to see in here? Oh, we missed something? The Wild Hunt. We already read that. Interesting that there are so many duplicate books in the same place. There's so much to see. A portrayal of the elder races. It's okay. Once we get past most of these books, it seems like a lot of them are duplicates and we won't have to read them ever again. But all this information is kind of interesting. What is a non-human? The answer is simple. As the very name suggests, it is something which resembles, yet nevertheless is not, a human. Though it walks on 2 legs, speaks a tongue similar to our own, and dresses in similar attire, it all the same has more in common with base beast than noble man. Okay, so this is from a very human-centric perspective. Dwarves are like moles. They feel best underground and avoid direct sunlight. They like to live in filth, forever smudging themselves in mud and slime. They love everything that can be found within the earth. Rocks, metal, minerals of all shape and color. It is also said that, like their kindred moles, they feed most readily on worms, roaches, and other night crawlers. I don't think that's true. That's probably just some racism in this book. Halflings, for their part, are more reminiscent of gophers, fat, lazy, and loud in that typical rodent way. Their minds are only filled with thoughts of food and drink, which they steal from other nobler beasts and greedily squirrel away in their hovels. They are marked by cruel craftiness. You could be dying of hunger and they would not share a meal with you. You could be howling from poverty and they could be swimming in gold, and yet they would still fleece you to the last coin. You could do nothing but good to them and they would still stab you, or still stab a knife in your back. Again, I'm gonna take all that with a big grain of salt. I doubt this thing is accurate at all. Elves, in turn, seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far-off Zeracania. They care most for colored feathers. They would most readily spend all day staring at the reflections in the water and singing their own praises. They are so washed in self-love that they no longer feel any desire towards members of the opposite sex of their own species. Their appearance, unquestionably pleasant to the eye, is highly misleading, for they are extraordinarily cruel, and any who judge them by looks alone, they first dupe and then kill in cold blood. The best proof of this? The so-called Scoia'tael bandits that claim to fight for freedom, but in truth only long to kill humans. All these vile so-called elder races are, to our great fortune, slowly dying out. Joy fills the heart of every right-thinking man at the thought that his great-grandchildren will never know them. That in their day, dwarves, halflings, and elves will be mere fairy tale characters used to scare young, impressionable children. Okay, well that gives some perspective on the views that certain humans have of other races. Already read that. Did I already read this one? I don't think I read this one. No one can claim to have traveled the Northern Realms who has not been to Novigrad. If I were forced to list what my many meanderings has made the greatest impression on me, it would be precisely this great and yet at the same time free city. A metropolis worthy of the Empire. Its only flaw is that the civilization Nilfgaard carries within her has not yet enlightened it. That is why hordes of reactionary cultists of the Eternal Fire dwell in the midst of its excellent buildings and superb commercial infrastructure. One feels as though superstition is how the local hierarch and his temple guard cement their power over the city dwellers. And many they are to control, for the city counts no less than 30,000 of inhabitants. This is about Novigrad, which is a not Nilfgaardian city. Novigrad. Okay. While strolling through its fabulous port, surrounded by marvels of architecture, it's hard to imagine that centuries ago, Novigrad was a mere minor elven townstead. When the city fell into the hands of the Nordlings, its problems grew exponentially. For as it is well known, the people of the North can do a great many things, but peaceful and orderly cohabitation is not one of them. And so Novigrad first belonged to Redania, and then fell under Temerian rule, until finally, after endless compromises and bargains, it last became a free city. Okay, but is the city truly free? I dare to doubt it. Redanian influence makes itself felt too strongly on every street corner. And the fact that the city is located within Radovid's territory speaks for itself. While wandering the city's streets, I came across 4 watermills, 8 banks, and 19 pawn shops. There are also a great many houses of simple pleasures such as taverns and brothels, and Novigrad's commitment to matters of faith is borne witness to by the fact that the city contains no less than, I kid you not, 19 temples to the Eternal Fire. Uh-oh. What more can be said? I think Novigrad has all the markings of the capital of the world, and perhaps that is what it will one day become. First, however, someone needs to bring order to within her walls, and This person seems to be speaking perhaps in regards to the Nilfgaardians, saying that maybe they will be the ones to bring order to the city. What shall become of Temeria? Okay, so we've got like the whatever starts with R. We got the Temerians and we got the Nilfgaardians. So far, those are the factions that I've identified. Temeria, a land where milk and honey once flowed. And then also, of course, the people of the flame. In what did she wrong the gods that they should treat her so cruelly? The Pearl of the North to some, she proved a galloping range for Nilfgaardian cavalry to others. As a country, it had survived 2 previous wars against the Empire. It was here that the war's bloodiest battles were fought. It was in Temeria where their most bestial deeds were wrought. It was Temerian civilization, civilians, who bore the full brunt of those wars' horrors. And bear them we did, bravely and steadfastly, until the demise of our great protector, King Foltest. Then Providence turned its fickle face from Temeria, murdered most treacherously. Foltest failed to leave Temeria a worthy successor, and so all manner of curse soon fell upon her, tearing her apart like so much carrion. She had no more allies then. None remembered that we had once been the armor protecting the north from the designs of the mad dancer, he who had the gravestones of his foes pounded into a ballroom floor. Who is that referring to? A free and independent Temeria is no more. A dark-faced sun looms over her every rampart. Is that referring to Nilfgaardians? Yet we Temerians live on and always will, as long as folk believe the usurper who took our beloved capital, Vizima, to treat as his property, will forever peer over his shoulder in fear. For in the shadows lurks not one danger, but the power of a nation of daggers waiting to deal justice's blow. So I think that's from the perspective of Temeria, who owned this place, who just got conquered by Nilfgaardians, who that was also talking about. So that's interesting. So you're the one I should talk to, right?
Master Varatra. Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Okay. Interesting. Let's ask about all the stuff.
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirne was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoy, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid.
Interesting. So
So by spring, instead of 2 weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
I mean, that's very smart of Radovid. I think that's a great move, and I think that's, yeah, really smart. Very much an opportunistic move. After the rival country got beheaded, you just take over the remnants, and then now you can fight against Nilfgaard. That makes a lot of sense.
That admiration I hear in your voice?
Radovid is our foe, but I cannot deny he is clever. He played us for fools, particularly dense ones at that.
Yeah,
Returning
I
to
agree
the
with this
war,
guy.
This spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
Okay.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse. This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger.
Really?
better
Someone
known
who was
by
a
his nom de
Temerian?
guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
Okay. So Velen's not doing great, and they found a Temerian low-ranking guy and gave him the power to do stuff there. Okay, Novigrad.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenford, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty.
I see.
Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
Okay, so the Church of the Fire or whatever that goes and likes to, burn the witches and whatever. They're taking advantage of the fact that Novigrad is sandwiched between two warring factions to gain more control in Novigrad. That's what I gathered from that. Skellig.
What's new in Skellige?
Skellige.
Nothing.
There you go.
The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Okay.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
Now
King
that's his
Bran is
problem.
a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Okay. Thanks for the lore. That explains
Thanks
a lot
for
of
your
things about the
Think
world we
nothing of
live
it.
in.
May the great sun light your path.
I'm sure it will light our path. Letter to Yennefer? What? Yennefer, my dear friend, thank you for your letter. Forgive me for not answering your earlier attempt to reach me via Megascope. What's a Megascope? I'm trying to limit my magic communication to the absolute minimum. One never knows who's listening, don't you agree? I'm delighted to have you have found a position at our gracious Emperor's court, and I wish you the best of luck in search for his daughter. Who just leaves these letters just lying around, these private letters, for me to come grab and read? It seems kind of weird, doesn't it? It is good to know that Emir's intentions for her become more, how shall I put it, mundane? Perhaps in these circumstances, an agreement regarding the lodge will prove possible after all. The lodge? And also, what are his intentions? Just because they're mundane doesn't mean anything. I'm delighted. Right. In response to your first question, I can state beyond all doubt that Ciri has not appeared anywhere south of the Yaruga. Believe me, I could recognize her magic signature in my sleep. I've not had any contact with Triss for a long time. I only know that things in Novigrad have taken an ill turn. Yeah, it's sandwiched between two warring factions. He mentioned something earlier about fleeing to Kovir, but I'm afraid that in the current political climate, that amounts to an impossible daydream. I hope I will soon be able to join you in Vizima. First, however, I must take care of some of the unfortunate yet urgent matters in Beauclair. With my fondest regards, Fringilla Vigo. Oh, this is from Fringilla. I think Fringilla was Yennefer's like teacher lady, if I recall. But yes, thank you for the news about Geralt. He always seems to land on his feet, doesn't he? Yeah, I guess so. Anything else I can look at? Ooh, what's this? Drawing of Ciri.
Scars healed nicely.
But what was that symbol? R, telekinetic blast? Why would we do that? Can't do that there. Okay. Well then, why did it tell me to do that? And yeah, this is some more pictures of her. Alright, I think that's all there is to see in here, maybe? Let's see. Head back to the other room again. No, maybe not. Royal Lineages of the North. I think we already read that. Yeah, we read that already. Ooh, dumplings. That's nice. Dumplings are the best. In fact, that makes me hungry. I'm gonna have to stop very soon here and get myself some food. Dumplings are the best form of food.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my
The
favors.
gentleman. You could stop calling us the gentleman. That's how.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
But if he wants his daughter back, he really shouldn't have called us. The fact that he called us to get his daughter back, I have a feeling what we're going to do is not get his daughter back. He should have picked somebody who doesn't care about the daughter, although, then again, she wouldn't come back if it wasn't us, huh? I guess he can use us as a trap. He'll probably use us to contact Ciri and figure out where Ciri is, and then he'll send his own men in to capture Ciri from us. That's probably going to be the way things go. Man, I'm so close to leveling up. I'm still not there, and that annoys me. It annoys me to be almost leveled up, but not quite. Alright, are we going to talk to the person again? Wait, hold on. There's a quest here. Let's grab it while we're here.
Make way.
Who's here? You? Nobleman? Oh! You want to play some Gwent? I was literally gonna say that if you just gave me a quest, I was gonna say, I thought he was gonna give me... I can't explain it, but I thought, I figured this was actually what he was gonna be about.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
Like, for some reason, I kind of figured that this was gonna be a want to play some Gwent kind of situation. Because I am somewhat familiar with that meme. Okay. So, what is this screen about? I can pick which cards to pick, to use? I mean, obviously we want to pick our best cards, right? I think we're just good to go, right? Okay, choose a card to redraw. Probably the weakest close range card? There's a card named Poor Fucking Infantry. It has passive though. Place a card next to the same... Place next to a card with the same name. Double the strength of both cards. Okay, well, we don't have a card with the same name, so we'll get rid of that one. Trebuchet. Fog. So, what... For ranged combat, okay. We can ranged combat. And I don't have any ranged combat cards, really, in my arsenal, except for this guy. And then this one weakens close combat, but I have quite a few close combat cards, so I don't want to weaken that. So let's get rid of this one. Okay, so he chose to put in a close combat card. Oh, I got this guy back. Fine, we'll place him down. Bait him to place more cards. Wait, what did that do? What did that do? Can I see? I don't get what that just did. But okay. So this weakens close combat rights, but we don't want to do that just yet. We'll play one more close combat card. See if they play more. Good. Good. We wasted their time. So now we can do this to weaken their close combat, but we might want to wait till the end to do that. Let me think what I want to do here. I think, yeah, we just do this. Oh wait, that didn't do what I thought it would do. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I thought that weakened close combat. Okay, I'm stupid. I did the thing I did not really want to do. And I don't have a way of weakening close combat. I thought that's what that did. What's my passive again? I apparently don't have one. Alright, I say I pass this round. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna play that. I only used like crappy cards, so that's fine. Huh? What was that about? What's that? What does that do? Can I see? Can I inspect? I really wish it was easier to see what things do. Zoom? Oh, okay, there we go. Place on your opponent's battlefield. Count turns opponent's total and draw 2 cards from your deck. So there are ways to draw more cards. So it's a really strong card though on my side. Is that really a good thing that they did that? That seems kind of dumb. I should just be able to pass, right? Because if they don't do anything, then I win. Oh, never mind. Apparently they can place a card and just win. How am I supposed to know that? Try that again.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
Okay, clearly I still have a lot to learn about how this actually works. I guess we'll add that to our deck or something. Okay. Clear weather. We'll get rid of this guy again. Oh good, we got a lot of siege cards. Yeah, I'll get rid of this one. Alright. Round start. Let's try this again. First off, what is this passive? Place next to a card with the same name to double the strength of both cards. Blue Stripes Commando. I don't think we have another of the same name, so that doesn't help. That's plus unit 1 to all units in the row, excluding itself. And we have a way to decrease the strength of close combat units. Okay. Let's place this guy down first. Bait them to place close combat unit down as well. Okay, you chose ranged. Okay, well then I'll also place a ranged unit. Okay, they used frost to weaken close combat. That's fine by me. In that case, we're gonna place down a siege weapon. Alright, so then we can clear weather, right? Okay, they decided to do that again. Good to know. I guess now I place down this. Okay, they place that into my side. That's always kind of weird how that works. But that allows them to draw more cards, which is a problem, right? Okay, but we're in the lead. So, like, if I pass my turn, does that mean they get to still drop something down and then end turn? Like, is it better to go second instead of first? Because then you'd be able to, if they pass the turn, you'll be able to say whether or not you want to end there or not. I don't know. I don't fully understand. What's this? Choose one card from your discard pile and play it instantly. I don't want to do that yet. I guess we'll play another siege weapon. Okay, they played a super special one. That's kind of nice, I guess. We'll do this. Okay, they're keeping up, which is scary. I guess I'll have to play this. How many cards do they have left in their hand? Can I tell? Is there a way I can check? Oh, they have 4 cards left. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. This is only going to get me 1 extra point. And they could probably place something down to, yeah, up their points a little bit. I have nothing to do but pass turn. Three, yeah, and that gets them the win for this round. Okay, I see. I have more cards in my deck, so it's not like I'm out of cards after using up all those cards. The only thing I can hope for is that they run out of cards before I do, I think. Okay, that's a rough start. Wait, no. I do only have 1 card left. Well, I mean, I can play it, but now I'm kind of screwed, right? Yeah, I've got no cards to play. Okay. I forgot that I had... Okay, I guess that's how I use my leader ability. I guess I should have used it last time. I think I need better cards. Trying that again.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
Yeah, I still don't get this like whole card picking starting part here. So I can change my leader ability. Clear weather effects. That's really good. Oh, I can't get that though? Okay, I need to unlock some of these new leader abilities. No, I don't wanna forfeit. Alright, let's start again. Let's try to get this right. Alright, let's get rid of these foot soldiers. There we go. And that's it. Alright, place this guy. Place the same guy. Because that buffs each other, right? Yep. Oh, do they also have a passive? What is that? Place next to a card with the same name to double the strength of both cards. Okay, they don't have the same name. Then I guess we could use ice, right? To lower their effectiveness. Okay, but what I could do is continue to play more close combat cards. Yep, I think this is actually good. And then what I can do is I can play the clear card, and then that might allow me to just win by passing turn, right? I think? Because okay, they're only doing one, but it doesn't tell me how much they will do if... So what I want to do is, yeah, I want to do this. Clear weather. Now suddenly I have way more points. And this forces them to play that. Oh, but I still can't just pass turn. Maybe I should have waited another turn. I don't know. I just don't get it. I still just don't get it, do I? How does this work again? Place in your opponent's battlefield and draw 2 cards from your deck. Yeah, both of them are for drawing cards. What does this one do? Again. Sets the strength of all ranged combat cards to 1 for both players. Oh, this would be enough to counteract that. There you go. You didn't gain much from that. Ah, okay. Well, that evens things back out again. No, he has too many cards. Like, even if I end a round right now, I'm just gonna lose the next round. I think I just don't have a strong enough deck. I think that's all it comes down to, right? Wait, if I just pass, are they doomed, or do they not have any artillery units? Yeah, that's not enough. Oh no, they get to keep going? Okay, they get to keep going and keep trying to win, but I think they still aren't there yet. Okay, they have to use basically all of their cards to win that round. So I'm actually okay with this, I think. Maybe. Depends on what cards they've got left. Okay, I lost. I don't think there's anything I can do to beat that now. Wait, no, I've got my leader ability still, right? My leader ability is not going to be enough. Yeah, of course they've passed. They've got no cards left. But I don't have enough cards to win here. Yeah. Okay, I just can't win. Got it, I understand. I just lost money, but, you know, whatever. So, definitely there are some cards that are better than others, clearly. And the quality of your deck matters a lot. Unfortunately, I would say I don't like that card game as much as I hoped I would. Because of that fact. Wait. I'm already here? Where do I go? Travel to Velen? Oh, do I go to the world map? Is that what I do? Wait. I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused about where I'm supposed to go, but clearly not here. Yeah, maybe? No, it is telling me to go here. It's telling me to fast travel. Oh, it wants me to do that. Okay. What?
Even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
Yeah, we got it. We didn't need that summary, but thanks for the summary anyways. Yeah, I would say the Genshin Impact card game I prefer to this. Sorry. I don't like the fact that you can have there are cards that seem to be just straight up better than other ones. Not a fan of that. I know you can use like weak cards just to bait out them using better cards and then like end the round. But then you'd still just rather be better off with just having a good card to begin with, right? Unless I don't understand that properly and like there's a cost to playing the more powerful cards. But what seems to be the true limiting factor is just running out of cards at the moment. You're currently tracked to change the first. We only recommend starting it if your character is level at least 30. Okay, good to know. I don't want to be tracking it. I don't want to be tracking some random DLC quest right now. So let me change that immediately. There we go. We'll no, we are tracking the right one. Right? I think so. In the crossroads. Yeah, this seems right.
Run, Roach.
Okay. But actually, I think this is a decent place. Oh, I didn't want to pull out my sword. Oh, okay. Well, wild dogs will do wild dog things. That's fine. Let me just save right here. There we go. All right. And I think this is actually, like I was about to say, a good place to end things off.
Giddy up.
We got, I think, a decent way through things. We're in are we in a whole new area? I don't really fully understand the world map yet. Is this a place I've been to before, or is this something new? I think this is new, and I think, yeah, this is new. So we were in White Orchard before, White Orchard, and I guess there are multiple, like, separate map instances. Is that how this works? Like, it's not all one big connected open world. It's just a bunch of smaller open worlds. And this one seems to have some big cities in it. That I'm excited for. I'm excited to check out some of the bigger cities, because all we saw in White Orchard was just a village, and that's it. So this could be interesting. We're still only at level 2. We're still not quite at level 3. Still waiting for that. We only got 2 points available. I'm waiting till we get 3 so I can get some of the like bigger abilities. Like I said, so far, I've been enjoying the variety of animations that the characters have and their facial expressions, and I think the storytelling so far has been very good. I can't speak anything to like the quality of the story itself yet because we're only just starting it, but the story is being told in a way that's Easy to listen to, easy to follow along. Been enjoyable. It's been enjoyable to follow along. I've been enjoying the characters so far. The combat, I would say, so far has been the weakest part of the game, unfortunately. Just the fact that locking on seems kind of iffy, and like my actions seem kind of slow. I like that there is like a dodge roll and a back, like a step roll. It's great that there's these abilities, but we need to upgrade them before they're gonna be all that interesting. Very thankful for the fact that Quen exists. If it did not exist, then I think I would be screwed so many times in the battles that we've fought already. Would be very doomed. I don't fully understand the difference between like the silver sword and the steel weapon. I'm sure that's gonna come into play more later on. Like I know I'm sure certain enemies are weak to certain types of swords, but I don't think that was fully explained yet. I guess I could go look up at the tutorials. Maybe I'll start by doing that next time. Look up at the tutorials what the difference is, because that seems like something that's important and should be explained. The world itself so far is very pretty. What the heck is that up there? I don't know. It's like a black cloud in front of the sun. Is that just a regular cloud? I don't know. It looked kind of weird. I think it's just a regular cloud though. But yeah, the lighting's nice. Looks cool looking off into the distance. All these homes with their fires lit. I like the glimpses we've had into the leveling system so far, even though I haven't done anything with it yet. Oh wait, can I just equip this? They both give me vitality plus 50. What if I did? I didn't know I could do that. Okay, well that's good. That's good to know. Let me make sure I save so I don't forget to do that next time. But that's cool. I guess that's what mutagens are. Wait, we can craft mutagens too though, can't we? Yeah, we can. Sign intensity, vitality, attack power. Okay, so if I craft these things, I'll be able to equip them and give myself more attack power or vitality and stuff like that. That's good. That's good. That's another way to improve myself that I didn't actually know about. And now I do. It's a shame that it's not too feasible for us to go through the game without a mini-map. But you know, it's whatever. Can't have all the challenge runs work out. Maybe I could change it so that I have stuff appear like in front of me instead of on the mini-map, but I would like that even less. Like I said at the beginning, I have some like vague knowledge of the Witcher stuff from the TV series, but I definitely did not I definitely didn't watch all of it. I definitely didn't like watch it intently. It's just something that was being watched at my parents' house and just happened to like watch some of the episodes here and there. And I am kind of glad that I did, even though that does obviously spoil me on like some of the knowledge that I wouldn't have starting this game, because it's very confusing. I think if I didn't watch the Witcher series, I would be very confused as to what they're talking about. Like the Nilfgaardians, I wouldn't know what that really meant. And then like Yennefer, I wouldn't really have any understanding of her at all and her relationship with Geralt here. So it does give me some context, and I'm glad though that the series, the TV series, does not directly, I don't think it's directly the events of this game, The Witcher 3. So I don't think it's going to spoil any of the events that directly happen here. And for that, I'm thankful, because if it did spoil things that happen here, then I wouldn't be quite so happy. I definitely want to not know what's happening in the events of this game itself. So I feel like from watching that stuff, I have some backstory, but I don't have any direct spoilers for what's going to be happening here in the future. And I think that's okay. That's about all I got to say right now. A shame I don't like the Gwent game as much as I hoped I did, because I quite enjoyed the, like I said, the Genshin Impact TCG And I was hoping I would like Gwent just as much, and I'm still going to be playing a lot of Gwent. I'm still going to try to learn more about it, see if I'm missing something, see if I can enjoy it more in the future. And I'm sure I still will enjoy it a little bit, but not as much as I was hoping, but oh well. The story, at least, though, which is the main game, the main part of the game, I am enjoying, and I think once I get used to the combat, I'll enjoy that more as well. That's all I got to say. Hope you enjoyed watching my first part of this playthrough. I guess we'll go through it more next time and try to find Ciri. That's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.